In the medium of film, colors are often used to tell a character's story. They can represent a character's inner state or become a symbol of the character themselves. The sudden presence of a specific color can be used to show a character's transition or realization. Darren Aronofsky's Black Swan is one such film that uses colors to show Nina's mental state as well as her relationship with other characters. The only clothing colors featured in the film are black, white, shades of gray, and very pale pink. The film is extremely careful and specific in its use of colors. If you pay attention, you will see that no other colors are ever seen except for the actor's skin tones and the yellow sun in the ballet's finale. A few times pale green and blood red are seen, but I will discuss them at the end. When I first saw Black Swan, not a lot in the costumes stood out to me. I'm a big fan of artful costuming like in Moulin Rouge or Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, but Black Swan's costumes at first seemed like nothing special. No glitter or bright colors, no big swoopy skirts or sexy corsets. Aside from the exquisite Swan Queen costumes in the final performance, I couldn't clearly remember any of the costumes in Black Swan. That is except for this funny feathery white scarf Nina wears. And this pink nightgown with bows. Odd choices. They never seemed quite right and really distracted me. Then I finally sat down and noted the costume and set colors in each and every scene. Finally, I realized that these were not odd choices at all, but part of an unmistakable pattern. Nina's wardrobe colors gradually go from light to dark as she slowly descends into her demented state. It could also be argued that her change in colors also represents her sexual awakening. When we first see her, both in her dream and when she wakes, she wears exclusively white, pale gray, and pink. Obviously, she wears white as Odette in her dream, then a pink gown with bows like a child. Her bedroom is also childlike, decorated in pink, white, and small amounts of black. Even her breakfast is pink and white, the grapefruit and that sad-looking egg. She even comments on how pretty and pink the grapefruit is.
Look how pink, so pretty.
The grapefruit and egg are definitely a reference to Sarah's diet meal in Aronofsky's previous film, Requiem for a Dream. Her coat is pink, and her scarf is white and feathery, like a swan. Her bag is light gray. The first time she sees Lily on the train, Lily is wearing a black coat and dark gray scarf. In the group dressing room, Nina dons her light gray and white outfit, while most of the other dancers wear darker or mixed colors. Veronica has striking black hair and is wearing a white bra but black pants. Another dancer is wearing a black top and pink tights. In the group warm-up, we see a variety of combinations of black, gray, and pink on the other dancers, but Nina stands out as wearing solid light gray with a hint of pink. I know some dance companies have dress codes. When I danced, my teacher required the students to wear black leotards with pink tights and pink shoes, so I know some people will say that the use of black, pink, and white aren't unusual for the scenes in the dance studios. However, in this film, even non-dancers and characters who aren't in the studio stick to this color palette. Thomas enters wearing a gray shirt, charcoal trousers, and a black sweater. Later, we see Nina's loungewear is again pink and pale gray. When the viewer first meets Beth, she is wearing nearly all black pants and a black coat over a wrinkled gray and I think pink top. It's a bit hard to tell because the scene itself is dark. I'm going to call this color dirty pink because it's pink, but not the cute baby pink that Nina wears. This is significant because Beth's character is meant as an older, warped, and tortured version of Nina. When Nina enters Beth's room, she sees pretty pink costumes hanging there and pink items littering the vanity. She finds Beth's pinkish red lipstick and steals it, later wearing it when she asks Thomas for the role of the Swan Queen. In her white and pale outfits, Nina is timid and fragile, the perfect embodiment of Odette, the White Swan. While auditioning, she is completely dazzled by Thomas and petrified of making a mistake. Lily barges in her dark outfit and blatantly sasses Thomas to his face, something Nina would never do. The next day, in a modest white blouse, Nina goes to Thomas' black and white office to ask him for the role. At the gala, the women's gowns perfectly represent how each one is a type of swan. Nina is an innocent white swan and wears a pure white gown and white diamond earrings. Beth is a black swan who was once a white swan like Nina, so her gown is black with silver crisscrossing around it. She wears black and silver earrings and smudged black eye makeup. Lily has always been a black swan, so her dress is black and she wears black earrings. Swan wings are represented in these women's gowns. Beth has her shawl wrapped tightly around her back and crossed arms like folded wings. Nina's dress has sheer white fabric crossed delicately over her back, again like wings. Lily has a dress with a bare back, and we see that she has wing-like tattoos. At first I thought Beth's choice of outfit was odd. She's a beautiful, famous ballerina, but she doesn't look beautiful here. She looks uncomfortable and frumpy. Her dress is unflattering. Her hair is a mess. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that Beth looks this way because she is an unwilling black swan. She's drunk and upset because she has been unhappily doing sexual favors for Thomas, probably for years at this point, and he still has decided to fire her in favor of a younger dancer. This is the strongest foreshadowing that the same abuse will likely happen to Nina. Lily is wearing all black and looks beautiful and happy. This is because she is a content, empowered black swan. She has open body language and wouldn't be caught dead in a shawl. She is sexually promiscuous and totally comfortable in her skin. She proudly shows her bare back and tattoos and even removes her underwear at the party. Most importantly, she is not in thrall to Thomas.
Come on, Nina, he's a prick.
Pink and white consistently recur to represent Nina's innocence. When Nina's mother forces her to undress, we see that Nina's underwear is pink. Her mother insists that Nina cover up her scratches with her pink and white shrugs.
You have the white one and the pink one, and that'll hide it.
I'll discuss the color red more later, but I'll just say that here her mother is so obsessed with covering the scratches because they are red, a color she mistrusts and associates with womanhood and sexuality. Her mother strongly controls her life and wardrobe and is clearly trying to infantilize Nina by keeping her in white and pink clothes like a baby girl. And if you think I'm making that up, we clearly see during her costume fitting that she owns a gray shrug that her mother doesn't mention. And she gets her a cake that's clearly meant for a 5-year-old. I mean, look at it. Nina says,
It looks so yummy.
"No, it doesn't. It doesn't even look edible. Those roses look like plastic and the leaves are the color of bile. There's something wrong with this cake." I know it's a prop cake, but even prop food can be delicious looking. This one was deliberately created with Nina's signature colors and to look vaguely unappetizing. Later, after Nina's psychotic break begins, her mother puts pink socks on Nina's hands to stop her from scratching herself. Nina tears off the socks before she runs out, as by then she has totally shed her innocence in favor of her dark alter ego. All the towels Nina uses are light pink, which we see in several scenes of her bathing and in the final conflict in her dressing room. All the flowers in the film are white or pink, even the flowers seen in Beth's hospital room. Beth's hospital bedlintons are also pink, making a painful mockery of Nina's signature color. At exactly the halfway point in the film, we see Nina wearing dark gray for the first time. I believe she unconsciously begins to change the way she dresses after unwanted sexual conversation with Thomas, masturbating for the first time, and seeing Beth's injuries. This is also the second time Thomas assaults her, but the first time she does not resist. Immediately afterward, she is back to her white sweater and scarf, as though trying to retreat to a place of innocence. Just before Nina goes out with Lily, we see her wearing black pants for the very first time. This is also the first time she is blatantly disobedient toward her mother, refusing to remove her gray shirt.
Take off your shirt.
No.
Ostensibly, Erica just wants to look at Nina's irritated skin, but if we look at the colors her mother dresses her in, it's really because she doesn't like Nina wearing anything but white and baby pink. At the restaurant, Lily hands Nina her second piece of black clothing, a sexy black tank top which she dons over her white tank top, but under her gray tee. Originally, I thought this was the first time that she ever wears black and the first time she disobeys her mother, but after watching the previous scene, I realized that she independently wore black and yelled at her mother. This is important because it shows that Nina actually isn't under some spell or psychological hold by Lily, but actually begins her descent before the two went out together. The gray tea disappears once the women take ecstasy and dance in the club. On ecstasy, Nina begins her first long-form hallucination. Also, if you pause in random spots in the dance club scene, various characters from Swan Lake can be seen dancing around the women, such as at 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 27 seconds. Creepy! They merge almost completely at Nina's apartment, when they first appear as a single person in the mirror, then appear to be joined at the hip before splitting into two people. As the scene progresses into a sexual encounter, they become equal parts lovers, twins, and the same individual. In nearly all subsequent scenes, Nina never again wears solid white or pink outfits. At the next rehearsal, Nina wears a dark gray sweater and for the first time, a black leotard. She also wears this weird fuzzy arm warmer. I mean, what even is that? I think she's wearing this out-of-place arm warmer on one arm to symbolize her unbalanced mental state. Nearly all the other women in the film wear solid black or dark mixed colors. This is especially true of the older women, such as the costumer, the dance coach, the warm-up coach, the ballet company's admin, the physical therapist, whoever these people are, and Nina's mother all wear solid black outfits. The first doppelganger she sees is also wearing all black. This and the older women's black outfits symbolize these women's greater sexual experience. This makes sense as it is strongly suggested that Nina is a virgin. I know she says she's not, but the other characters constantly refer to her as a girl even though she's an adult woman and a professional in her 20s.
You sweet girl.
Honestly, would you fuck that girl?
Despite its marketing, makeup does not feature large in the film. However, there are a few key moments where makeup holds important symbolism. She applies Beth's stolen lipstick to impress Thomas, and he kisses her. 2 scenes later, after he's given her the role, she sees the word whore written on the bathroom mirror in red lipstick. She rushes to wipe it off as though trying to erase the truth and guilt of what happened in Thomas' office. Red lipstick is being used to symbolize overt sexuality in both scenes, since she seems to blame herself for Thomas' assault. I always wondered who could have written this so quickly and silently, but now I think that Nina may have done this herself as part of her psychosis, and this was meant to be the same lipstick that she was wearing. I'm not totally sure of that though, since it doesn't look like the same shade to me. I don't know, I'm particular about lipstick shades. Throughout the film, she wears only a very soft grayish-brown eye color, little or no mascara, and no eyeliner. At the gala, she is wearing a very delicate, shimmery eye color. Beth's black makeup is prominently smudged from crying. She is the only one who has smudged black makeup in the entire film, even though we see both Lily and Veronica with prominent black eye makeup. We even see Veronica carefully clean up mascara smudges around her eyes, but Nina never has a single black smudge. Beth's smudge mascara strengthens the fact that although we never see her dancing, she is still a black swan. The smudging echoes the black swan makeup that Nina wears in her performance. Nina eschews black makeup until the very final scenes because she is afraid to become the black swan that represents the imperfect and impure, fully sexualized adult woman. In the final scenes, she begins to cry into her white swan makeup, but unlike Beth, does not allow the tears to smudge her makeup and very deliberately wipes them away with a sponge. I also have a theory about her black swan makeup. Firstly, if you look closely, it's actually black with hints of silver, just like Beth's dress. Secondly, it's ornate and would have taken time and skill to apply, but we don't see her applying it and we don't see a makeup artist backstage. Are we supposed to believe that Nina did it on her own? Well, maybe. Generally, dancers and other stage performers are left in charge of applying their own makeup, but I actually believe Nina is only imagining the black eye makeup. This is because she hallucinates so many other things during that performance, such as her scleras becoming red and bloodshot and the black feathers sprouting from her skin. There are only a few places where red is used, namely the blood from various injuries and hallucinations. The red is usually present in moments where she's fighting against strong or negative emotions. In her final performance, her lips are red and match her red eyes. We also see the dancers bathed in dark pink or red light during the Swan Lake performance. There are just a few scenes with light green. Nina's apartment, where we see it in her kitchen, on a lamp, in the bathroom, on the cake, on a chair, and some of the toys in her room, which she throws away as she sheds her childlike white swan innocence. Green is associated with nature and serenity. Think of forest and grassy meadows, etc., but the green in the film is not a healthy, verdant green. It's always a pale, yellowish, sickly green. In fact, there's no scenes of nature at all in the film. Even the minimalist forest scenery on the stage in the final performance is black and white. Nearly all the scenes are indoors, and the few outdoor shots are of gray city streets. I think this further emphasizes the fact that Nina seems imprisoned in a cold, unfriendly, colorless concrete world. So that's my treatise on how colors are used to visually tell the story of Black Swan. Do you agree with my assessment? Did you notice the use of these colors before? Did you notice anything I missed? Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the colors in the film. I'd love to know what you think. If you want to see more videos, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. This is the second in a series of essays I have on Black Swan. Views and likes go a long way. Thank you for watching. She even drinks a pink cocktail with a green lime at the bar. What is that? We see her stick a fork in her mouth at the restaurant, but we never see what she's eating. Probably something white and eggy, like a meringue. But who eats meringue with a fork? What is she eating? I must know. Maybe it's salmon.